Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Star Citizen, and this is going to be my Sabre impression video. Couple things though before I can really start talking about the Sabre. Sabre cannot be flying yet. It cannot be going out into the space and be flown around. So this will be hangar only look at it, and I'm going to talk a bit about the looks and all the other things I always do in my impression videos. The other thing to note is that this video is going up at 60 frames per second. Please leave a comment in the comment section below the video telling me if this is better than doing it at 30 frames per second. Tell me honestly, is it better? Does it look better? That's the main thing. Does it look better? Don't just look at the number thinking that it's 60, it's obviously better. That's not necessarily true. Tell me, is it better? Anyway, so I will try to do some Star Citizen videos at 60 frames per second. The game is not fully optimized, so certain videos I might not be able to simply because the game might dip way below 60 in certain parts when I'm recording. Anyway, let us talk about Sabre, enough announcements and other things. So Sabre, I would like to think of this ship as the big brother of the Gladius. It is from the same manufacturer, it's from Aegis. And the ship from the front, from the rear, from the sides kind of looks the same as Gladius. It just looks bigger and meaner. At least to me it looks meaner. The fixed wings, Gladius has the same fixed wing setup, so it looks more like a current era, aerodynamic fighter jet than a real spaceship, which could essentially look kind of like anything. The sleek look from the front, the cockpit look being similar to today's fighter jets, all these things, it really is an Aegis ship. However, it comes with a quite different weapon setup from the Gladius, which is kind of interesting, because Gladius comes with a nose-mounted gimbal mount weapon. As in, it comes with a maneuverable gun in the nose mount. This thing does it the other way around, and these wingtip weapons are gimbal mounted. As in, they are the maneuverable guns while these nose mounts are fixed. So a little bit of a design difference there, and also note that all these weapons are size 3. You have possibility to mount big guns on this, which is one reason why I say that it is the big brother of the Gladius. But if you want a ship where you can already go kinda big gimbal mounts on the ship already by its default, then take a look at the Sabre, because you could definitely exchange both of these front mounts for gimbal ones as well. It should be very workable, and it could be very much fun, alright? Anyway. Also, comparing that weapon setup quickly to Vanguard ships, which is, granted it is a bigger ship, it is a 2-person ship with a manned turret and everything after all, but still, that ship comes with an entire set of fixed weaponry. Instead of having gimbal mounts where you can, traverse the turrets around, aside of the manned turret, obviously. But there is still a distinct difference in the fighting style of these ships, because this one has these maneuverable turrets. But let's look at the ship from around, all around it, and so forth. I kind of have to say I like this nose. However, it really looks like it has nostril right in the middle, and this is more of a snout instead of a ship nose. At least to me, that's the first impression I got when I looked at it. It's a snout. There's a nostril in the middle and everything. Anyway. So, engines, very nice big engines. 2 of the massive thrusters as well. You also enter the cockpit from this side. There is the ladder case. We will go into the cockpit soon enough. So, I am not 100% sure this wing cover for the thruster intake is a very good idea though. because it will obviously change how air pressure goes into the thruster intake, which would in reality affect its maneuvering in atmosphere, because of how this would change the air pressure from above and below it for the thruster intake. Anyway, we will set that aside. This is a video game, but I mean, those kind of little things are very, very nice to note. Anyway, and this, I don't know what is up with these lights. Typically when you look at a plane or whatnot, every light has its reason to exist. You have the lights which are designed to tell any observer that it is a ship, instead of like being a, you know, a congregation of stars or whatever, what you might have on the background. So all those things, or you have the different lights to tell different stuff to anybody who is observing the ship for whatever reason, like signal lights and rolling lights for the when you are on the ground, anything of this sort. So I don't know what is the purpose of these dual lights, because they are exactly the same color. One is located above, one is going to be located below. From a distance, those will look exactly like one light. It doesn't really, you know, affect anything. Unless you can change the color of one of the two, and that could be used as a signaling device. Right, so this wingtip flight though, this is brilliant. I really love this. It's like, okay, this is where my wing ends. Please note, this is where my wing ends. That is really good attention to detail. Thank you for that. Fantastic stuff. And this ship, yep, there is a light behind me. I forgot I am in a VFG industrial hangar. This ship looks awesome from the rear. Oh my gosh. It's like, so far, from behind, this is the best looking ship I have in my hangar, have been able to see in my hangar, by far. Maybe undone by Car 12 once that comes, because that thing looks awesomely hilarious and fantastic at the same time. But this is brilliant. Whoever came up with this design for the rear of the thrusters, hats off to you. It's like, just straight up hats off to you. That looks fantastic. And I don't know what's these for, what they are for. I was trying to figure it out. Is it a secondary thruster outtake? Anyway, is it a secondary, or is it does it have some other completely different function? Because I can see like black scorch marks down there. So it's probably something to do with the engine. It's probably an exhaust somehow of something. Anyway, really awesome looking ship from the outside. I really like it. I do admit I always liked the Gladius look as well. It is a sleek looking ship, looks really good, and that also hasn't been fixed. As I showed in the previous video, you can use this wing to fly all over your hangar. That particular wing. Anyway, there's a collision issue with it. No step. Well, I'm going to step on it, right? I see. That's the kind of detail I really like. It's like, do not step here. Like, seriously? Yeah. I mean, from gameplay point of view, that has no meaning whatsoever. From reality point of view, that is awesome, right? Anyway, I really love that kind of thing, and it goes all the way down here. It really shows that this is a maneuvering thruster, as you can see actually, from the fact that these should be flaps, which, like, you know, maneuvering thruster, what am I talking about? Maneuvering wing. These flaps should extend, go upwards, go downwards as needed when you are maneuvering. And this is another part of the ship I like. The wings go so low that you can always come on top of the ship and take a look at it from above. This is basically one of the only ships you can do this with, and this is fantastic. I'm walking right on top of my own ship. Awesome stuff. You can really come and take a look at the maneuvering thrusters, which look quite okay-ish. I mean, those could really, like, if the nozzles of these were more like the ones at the rear of the ship, then these would really look fantastic. Anyway, so, I mean, come on, look at this engine. Look at this engine. Of course, this looks really badly protected. Somebody coming from above doing a strafing run on top of your ship is very likely going to entirely destroy your engine. Like, look at that. There is like no protective plating on that engine at all. So yeah, that is going to suck quite a bit. And this was something interesting I couldn't quite figure out. Okay, so what is this? Is this an exhaust? And why is there a wingtip right on top of the exhaust? So essentially, if this is supposed to cause any kind of a thrust, or it should be able to exhaust anything, it will go hit the wingtip, or this vertical wing. Well, I guess it's kind of angled. Anyway, this angled top wing above the ship, it's going to hit that, whatever is exhausting out of there. And I think it is an exhaust simply because of, look, it's coming out of some kind of a pipe. Right? Some kind of a pipe which is in as part of the thruster. So it's probably a ventilation exhaust. That's my assumption. I don't know for sure. But the fact that the wing is on top of it is kind of scary. It's like if something goes wrong with that exhaust, you might lose the top end of your wing. That is kind of a scary thing to consider as well from safety point of view. And also these lights at the ends of the wings. This is where my wing ends. Please take note, anybody who is happening to be near my ship. Thank you. Thank you for that. That is fantastic. Okay, let's go drop in the cockpit and then I will conclude this video. Conclude this video indeed. Okay, make way, gun. I am going into the cockpit. And I like this stair. It is a little different than the other ones. Looks really good. I really like. Okay, this cockpit. This cockpit looks absolutely fantastic, alright? Absolutely fabulous looking cockpit. Unfortunately, panels do not work yet. This is a little bit of an unfortunate thing. However, that's just how it goes. Right? A very good looking ship. Overall, this is the reason I did buy this ship. Really good looking ship. So I will conclude the video here. Thank you very much for watching. And if you think this really looks better and I should do all of my Star Citizen content in 60 frames per second, please leave a comment below. And do not do that just because 60 is better than 30. It sometimes is not. Let's put it that way. It sometimes is not. It actually sometimes makes quality slightly worse, even though it should not do that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.